Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Medlink Students July webinar. My name is Dana, and I'm an expert academic advisor here at Medlink Students. I'm so excited to welcome you tonight and see such a huge number of students joining us, especially during such a busy time of the year. Each one of you here is because you're thinking about how to take the next step towards achieving your dream of becoming either a doctor or a dentist, and you're in the right place. By the end of this webinar, you'll feel confident and informed, like you know everything you need to know about studying medicine and dentistry abroad. We have with us today our experts who will tell you more about how applications in Europe work, in addition to very interesting guests from a few popular medical schools who will tell us more about their universities. I'm sure most of you here tonight are looking to start your studies in 2025, and you're trying to figure out which university is your best destination. So stay tuned because we will cover everything you need to know about going to Europe to study medicine and dentistry. Why choose Europe in the first place, and how can Medlink students help you through this journey? But if you're interested in pursuing a nursing or a pharmacy degree, this webinar is for you too. So, who are we meeting tonight? As I said, I'm Dana, an academic advisor here at Medlink Students. Joining me is my colleague Miguel. He's a senior admissions expert and will walk you through how the application process works. A few special guests from top European and Caribbean medical schools are joining us too. You'll meet Professor Iya from TMA in Georgia. We have Dr. Tamara from UHSA in the Caribbean. We have with us Sefer from Western Balkans University in Albania and Adriana from the Medical University of Łódź in Poland. In addition, we will introduce you to some current students abroad. Joining us are Alona, who's studying medicine at TMA, Abdul, who's a dentistry student at Western Balkans University, and Marwan from the Medical University of Lodz. He's also a medical student. We'll start with more about who we are and what we do here at Medlink Students. But before we do so, for each of you who wants to download the presentation slides, please scan the QR code in front of you and get your own copy. And by the way, we've got a special offer for everyone attending tonight. I'll tell you more about it by the end, so make sure you stay till then. So I know most of you here are just beginning your journey or are still wondering what's the next move. Every journey begins with a single step. And for many students, that step starts right here. At Medlink Students, we understand the journey to becoming a doctor or dentist because many of us have lived it. Our team was founded by doctors and dentists who once were exactly where you are now. Passionate about medicine, but facing a competitive system that feels overwhelming and sometimes unfair. We've been through the stress of exams and rejections, and the tough decision of whether to take a gap year. That experience is what inspired the creation of Medlink Students, to give others a clearer, more supported path into medicine, because no one should have to go through this alone. So we've done the research for you and partnered with some of the top medical universities across Europe and the Caribbean. Schools that teach in English, and they are internationally recognized and that offer a more accessible and affordable route to becoming a healthcare professional. Our goal is to make sure your journey is smoother, really rewarding, and yes, even fun. We have a team of advisors like me who are always ready to have a call with you and see where your qualifications give you the best chance and also help you choose a university that would be the perfect fit for you based on your priorities. From there, our team of admission experts work with you to handle the paperwork, to make sure we create a very strong competitive file for you to secure your place or to secure your admission at the university of your choice. And finally, the team of on-ground support is there to help you relocate. And as soon as you arrive, we pick you up at the airport and help you settle in. From finding the right apartment to settling into your daily life till the minute you graduate, we will be with you every step of the way. So what actually makes Medlink Students different is the people. We're not just a company helping with applications. We're a team made of doctors, advisors, and support staff, many of whom have studied abroad themselves. So we know every challenge personally and professionally, and we can help you in every step. We've helped more than 15,000 students, and more future doctors now go abroad to study medicine. So this path is no longer a plan B, it's a plan A, and you won't be the only one there. There are many reasons why students go abroad, but I'd love to hear from you what your reasons are. You'll see a quick poll pop up on your screen now. Go ahead and select the options that best reflect your motivation to study medicine abroad. So for me, after speaking to hundreds of my own students and hearing their stories, when they go abroad, when they're about to travel, they share with me what they are enjoying there, what they find is a struggle, what they find is a positive thing, what they find a challenge to help them with. So one of the biggest advantages of going abroad is the affordable tuition fees in addition to the high standard of education. So we'll talk about this in a bit. Um, Amongst the pros is having an international environment where you get to meet students from all over the world. In addition, we have the flexible admission requirements, of course, are an important factor too, especially for those with different academic backgrounds. We have students who don't have straight A's, for example, and they ask us if they can get in. It's a matter of strategic choices in such a case, and whatever you have in high school, we're able to get you in. The courses would be fully taught in English and fully recognized globally. That allows you to return home and practice in your home country. Now, another advantage is the variety. Students usually ask, can I apply to more than one university? The answer is yes. Plus, the universities we work with have very modern facilities. They are very well established too. So you get to enjoy your studies and enjoy your practicals in a new, beautiful country, modern campus, and receive the best training. But let me tell you something that surprises a lot of people. Every year, more and more students from the UK and from places like Ireland, Nigeria, the US, even Australia are going abroad to study medicine. And they're not just giving it a try, they're actually doing it. They're graduating and they're coming back to become fully licensed doctors. In fact, if you look at the numbers from the GMC, more than half of the new doctors registering with the GMC in the UK earned their degrees outside of the country. I know that might sound wild at first, but this has become a very real, proven route. And here's why so many students are choosing it. The admission process is more flexible. The tuition fees are much lower, and the programs are taught completely in English, and the degrees lead to the same careers you'd expect from a UK university. So, no, this isn't a backup plan. It's not a risky option. It's a smart decision and it's working. And if you're serious about becoming a doctor, studying medicine or dentistry, it might just work for you too. So let's say you've decided to study medicine abroad. Most of universities offer a 6-year program and it's split into two big parts. The first half, that's where you learn the science. You'll study things like anatomy, physiology, pathology, biochemistry, all the stuff that forms the foundation of medicine. Then, in the second half, you move into hospitals and clinics. That's where you work with real patients alongside real doctors and start learning how to treat people face to face. At the end, you'll graduate with a title, Doctor of Medicine, MD, which is a qualification that's recognized not just in Europe, but in the UK and around the world. And don't worry, every part of the program is taught in English. That's standard with the universities we work with. Now, the structure is similar for dentistry, but with a few key differences. Most dental programs last 5 to 6 years. They're also split into two main parts. There's the preclinical phase, you're learning the science of dentistry, plus how to use the tools. You'll work on simulators and models, building up the skills you'll use with patients. Then in the clinical phase, you start treating real patients with supervision from qualified professionals. By the time you graduate, you'll walk away with either a Doctor of Dental Medicine, DMD, or a Doctor of Dentistry, DDS degree. Both are fully recognized in the UK and across Europe. Just like medicine, everything is taught in English. You'll have early hands-on experience, smaller class sizes, and training that really sets you up for success. Now, if you already have a degree in science, you might be thinking, do I really need to start from the beginning? Actually, you don't. That's what graduate entry is for. It's a shorter, faster track, usually around 4 years, and it's designed for students who've already studied something like biomedical science, biochemistry, nursing, physiotherapy. The pace is quicker and the content is intense, but it's a great option if you've already built that academic foundation and you're ready to jump into medicine or dentistry. A lot of our students go this route because it saves time and gets them into the field faster without cutting corners or affecting the quality or the recognition. Now, not everyone starts and finishes their degree in the same place. In many cases, transferring can be the best solution. A lot of times, students approach us and tell us that they would like to transfer to a different university to continue their studies. And it could be any reason, like the student's not happy at the university. They have chosen the university that didn't meet all the priorities or criteria, or the location is not what they expected, and so on. The majority of students here with us tonight, by the way, are students looking into first year entry in October 2025. However, we still get students who approach us to transfer. In case you're one of these students, then I want to reassure you that it is possible to transfer. Transfers are recommended up to year 3, and the subject recognition is very important when looking into changing schools. So I recommend you contact one of our advisors or our expert academic advisors who will check your qualifications. They will see what subjects you've done and advise you which university would be the best for you to transfer into the highest year of entry possible. Another common question I always get from students is, how much is it going to cost me to study abroad or to go abroad? So let me go over the living costs and the tuition fees in Europe. Going abroad is a big step and a big commitment. And the good news is, whatever your budget is, we are able to help you study at one of the top universities with very reasonable fees that suit your budget. And when we talk about the fees with students, I often get asked, does it mean if I study at a university with higher tuition fees, then I'm going to get better quality of education? The answer here is no. Tuition fees are related to the economical situation of the country which the university is located in. So whatever your budget is, don't worry. We're able to help you study at one of the top universities without having any financial burden on you or your family, and you can achieve your dream and become a phenomenal doctor. Next up, we will discuss what the admission requirements are and how we help you. I want to bring in one of our experts and senior admission specialists, Miguel, who knows the process better than me, and he can tell us more about this. Miguel?
Yes. Hello, Dana. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Great. That's great. I hope you guys are doing well, everyone that has joined the webinar. My name is Miguel, and I work here at the admissions team here at Medlink Students. I am excited to be here to share what we do, as well as how we can help you to achieve your dreams. Now, we are going to go over what you need in order to get started. The most important document that you need is a high school diploma or an equivalent of this from your high school's educational system. The European universities are known for their academic excellence, and as such, they require that the candidates have a strong background in the basic sciences such as biology, chemistry, physics, and maths. But if you do not have these, do not worry. There are plenty of universities that are available because these universities like to give equal opportunities to everyone. And if you do not speak English as your first language, you may be required to submit an English language certificate. This is mainly so that you can fully engage with your studies and also with your classmates. And don't worry, even if you don't have this, the team will ensure to help you the perfect match for you. Just know that you will not be going on this journey alone. Our dedicated team of admissions agents will be here to support you throughout every step of the way. We will provide you with study materials that will help you to prepare for the entrance exam. Now, the entrance exams may vary in format. You may have some entrance exams that will be multiple choice based. Some entrance exams will be open-ended, and you'll have others that will be a mixture of both. But do not worry, we'll make sure that you are prepared for whatever comes your way. And also, if interviews are part of the admissions process, we'll make sure to equip you with the confidence that you need in order for you to shine during your interview. We'll also help you and guide you with translating, legalizing, as well as certifying your documents to ensure that the application process goes as smooth as possible and that you get that acceptance letter from your dream university. What makes us different as Medlink students is that we have continuous communication with the universities, which makes sure that you're always in the loop of what's happening. We not only support you before the application process, but during as well as after you have gotten the acceptance letter. We understand that this is a big step for you, and we are committed to helping you throughout every step of the way, as well as providing you that acceptance letter where you can go to your dream university. I am looking forward to be speaking with you, as well as providing you that acceptance letter from your university of choice. Dana, over to you.
Thank you, Miguel. So at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, but where can I actually go? It's a fair question. Every year, we support students or thousands of students and applicants, and some universities really stand out, not just because they're well known, but because they consistently deliver results. These are universities that offer globally recognized degrees, courses taught entirely in English, and a supportive environment for international students to really thrive. These universities are popular for a reason. They've helped students from all walks of life start successful careers in medicine and dentistry. So let's take a look at where Medlink students have been heading this year. As you can see, we have Georgia, we have Latvia, we have Bulgaria, Czech, Poland, and even the Caribbean are the most frequently selected destinations. Each of these countries is a great choice with many great med schools, and tonight I will show you some of them. Now, over the few slides, or the next few slides, we're going to spotlight some of the most in-demand schools with insights from their representatives and students who are studying there right now. If a name catches your eye, pay close attention. It could be the place you start your journey. Let's go to Georgia first. One of the most popular universities for our students in Georgia is Petre Shodadze Tbilisi Medical Academy, or TMA for short. It's in the capital, Tbilisi. At TMA, you can study medicine entirely in English and get a globally recognized degree to practice in the UK, Europe, or somewhere else. The tuition fees are about 6,200 euros a year, and the costs of living are also very affordable, around 600 euros a month. There is no entrance exam or interview at TMA, but you will have to submit a persuasive personal statement to apply. Now we have with us Professor Iya tonight to tell us more about what TMA offers and what sets it apart. Hello, Professor Iya.
Hello, Dana. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Happy to be here.
Well, I'll let you tell us more about TMA.
Yes, sure. So first of all, I'm very happy to be today here and present my university, Tbilisi Medical Academy. We have 30 years of experience teaching medicine for international students. Currently, we're having students from 40 countries worldwide, and we're very happy that we have many students coming from Medlink. They're exceptionally well selected, and thank you very much again for this magnificent work. So let me speak a few words about our university. So as I told you, it's in the capital of Georgia. Tbilisi is the capital of Georgia. This is a real gem of Caucasus region, Eastern Europe. And for last years, Georgia became a big hub of medical education for thousands of students. So among them, of course, is Tbilisi Medical Academy, which is when we are in top pick selected by students, Georgian students, not only for medicine, but generally for all the rankings. We are in the top three. And we are very happy to have many international students there, as I told you, from 40 countries worldwide. So why students are coming to Georgia, why they're coming to TMA? First of all, we are genuinely student-oriented university with a unique approach, which helps to students to develop themselves maximally. So not only we are just establishing GOTS are very popular. It's called growth-oriented tests, or we have OSCE exams, objective structured clinical examination. We have structured oral examination. We have portfolio. We have CBCR, CBLs. This is case-based learning. So all the modern methods which are widely used in Europe, we have adopted. We have advisors from WHO, WFME. This is World Institute of Medical Education, and experts from Holland, from UK, who are involved in creation of the curriculum. So in Georgia, you can get very modern, very European core curriculum, which you can acquire anywhere else in north parts of the Europe. So we are teaching MD program, which the duration is 6 years. You're getting 360 credits afterwards, and the diploma is recognized everywhere. You can later work and find the jobs everywhere in the world with our diploma. We are trying to motivate our students to study well, and for this we have several approaches. First of all, we have scholarships. So for those who are having good marks and they're having like excellent marks, even the like highest GPA 4, they can get the scholarship, $1,000 discount per semester. So if you study very well, you can, for 2 consecutive semesters, you can get even $2,000 discount. Outside this, we are having very appropriate motivation for exchange programs. So if you are doing well and you're getting GPA higher than like 2.5, which is feasible, many students are having like this. In this case, you can benefit from one of the international exchange programs which we are having. It can be 1 month clerkship in Turkey or in other European countries, or it can be like scholarships with Erasmuses, when you can spend 1 semester in other universities. So in this case, university is financing all ground transportations, for trainings are free for them, free accommodation, and only the best ones can get this one. We have partners, around 38 universities, who are providing such kind of exchange programs for our students and semestral jobs. So even for semestral exchanges, when they can spend 1 semester in other country, university is giving scholarship with like 300 euros per month. So this is again to motivate students to study well. And we hope that out of you, many of you will be willing to come to Georgia at TMA and study this from this year at our university. So again, thank you very much, Medlink, for selecting exceptionally good students for us. And I know that we have one of the students from TMA here, Elona. So I'm just curious what you will be saying later. And I would like to wish you all the best evening, continuation of this evening, and thank you for attention.
Thank you, Professor Iya, but we are getting a lot of questions in the Q&A session. One of the questions is...
I'm here. I'll be very happy to answer your question.
We will go over many questions in the end, but can we go over one question now? Sure. It's an interesting one. Students are asking, can students practice in the UK after graduation?
Sure. We are working very tightly with GMC, with General Medical Council, and many of our graduates are working in UK. You have to pass club exams after graduation to still work in UK. If you are American and you want to work in USA, you have to pass USMLE steps. We are working with ECFMG too. So as I told you, our diploma is recognized everywhere. We are the members of we are listed under the Directory of World Federation of Medical Education and WHO. So therefore, our diploma recognized everywhere, and we are fulfilling all the requirements of GMC. Like this is like 5,500 contact hours, so we are working very tightly with them, sure.
Well, thank you very much for the insight, Professor Iya. It's a pleasure to have you with us tonight. Now,
my pleasure.
Thank you. To hear the students' point of view, Alona, who is currently studying at TMA, will share with us what it's like. Alona, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So, Alona, it's a hectic time for students. How are things going for you during your studies in Georgia?
So at the moment, I'm in the midst of my finals right now. I actually just came back 2 hours ago from my final. Studying wise, final season is intense because you have a lot of classes that you need to remember what you've been taking for the last semester studying. But it's also a time when you feel like, oh, I'm finally going home and I'm going to see all my friends and family.
Well, what can we say except good luck with your exams, and thank you for joining us during your exams period. I'm sure you can imagine how much it means to students to hear it from your point of view. Alona, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you walk us through how you applied to TMA and what was it like for you?
So I already have a degree. I graduated from university in Florida, United States. And we all know that medical school in the United States is extremely expensive. So I was looking for cheaper options, and I was looking into universities in Europe, and I didn't know that most of the universities would be providing medicine in English. So I looked into Great Britain, Ireland, and I was like, that's kind of pricey too. So at some point when I was researching, I got into different agencies, and Medlink was the one who offered a free consultation, and they actually answered my question during the free consultation, which was amazing because most of the places will be like, so we talked to you, now you should pay, and then we will answer your questions. So I talked to Medlink, and after they answered my questions, they told me about Georgia, they told me about Poland. And because of the TMA, it was taking graduate entry because I already had a degree. That was my obvious choice to go to. And all the paperwork and everything, Medlink handled it. All I need to do is just send them an email with my transcript, what I want, how I want, and they did the best things they could do for me. I skipped 2 semesters in the beginning, and my future semesters also have classes that I don't need to take. So it's great.
Okay, fantastic. Well, speaking about you joining through the graduate entry route, what's your academic experience been like so far? Like, what kind of classes are you taking, and what have you found most valuable in terms of skills or knowledge?
So right now I'm second year, and we're not really going on rotations yet because it's only the second year. So right now we're doing the module system where you're studying anatomy, physiology, and histology for different systems. Like right now, my finals were about cardiovascular unit and pulmonary unit. So everything is centered around this topic for the whole semester, where your clinical skills, where you practice in a laboratory to how to examine the heart, how to listen to lungs, everything is related to what module you're learning. Clinical reasoning, which is a class where you have a case, a patient, and then you're discussing it with your professor. How would you treat them? Why do you think it's this disease or the other one? It's all related to cardiovascular unit, which is nice because you don't feel like you are scattered around different topics. You can concentrate on specific unit, and everything around it just makes sense. Because you're not just learning the theory, but you also get to experience how you would be acting as a doctor in the future. You would need to explain why do you think that the specific disease you feel like because the heart is not working or the aorta is ruptured, something like that. You would need to reason why exactly you think it. So you need to have the knowledge, the one you learn in anatomy, physio, and histo, to then apply it in a clinical skills laboratory.
Seems like you're learning a lot of different skills at the same time. which is interesting. Alona, for those who are still on the fence of studying abroad, specifically in Georgia, what advice would you give them before taking the leap?
I would always say just do it. It's an amazing experience. You get to meet people from around the world. You get to learn new cultures. You finally get to live not in your country, which is a great experience, especially if you never left your country previously. I got to live in 5 different countries throughout my life, and I will tell you that it's something that I want to keep doing, no matter if I'm working or just deciding where to live. You get to meet new people that stay friends for life, and anytime you go to that country, you have a place to stay. And you also see how people work, live, communicate in countries that are so different from yours.
Amazing. I do hear this from a lot of students. They say, like, I make friends from different countries. So later on, whenever I go to that country, I have someone there. So good point. Seems like you're having a great time, Alona, and we hope to see you in the Q&A session if you're able to stay. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, I will stay.
Fantastic. So why study at TMA? You can see many reasons, but just a reminder here is that the next intake is September, October 2025. If you're interested, let's start your process. It is getting late, but the good news is we can still apply. So let's get started. You can get in touch with us and we can take it from there. Now, another very popular option for our students is the Caribbean, particularly in Antigua. The University of Health Sciences here in Antigua, and it offers a unique experience because of the location, but also high quality of education and internationally recognized degrees. UHSA offers 2 programs in English, medicine and pre-med. We have an exclusive scholarship for Medlink students, which will drastically reduce your tuition fees. So even if your budget is a little lower, you can still become a doctor at this university and practice abroad like many UHSA alumni in the UK, US, Africa, and beyond. We have with us today Dr. Tamara to tell us more about UHSA, what makes it stand out, and why you should study there. Dr. Tamara?
Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, depending on where you are. I just wanted to tell Medlink, thank you so much. You guys do a great job with your monthly meetings and with your webinars, and I always like being a part of it. As Donna mentioned, or Dana, sorry, we have been working with Medlink for just over about almost 2 years now, and we really love the students that we get from them. We love the international students. We have 2 programs. We have a pre-medical program, which I'm the associate dean of, and we have the MD program. One of the differences between our MD program and the the medical programs that you're getting in Europe and the UK is that we are an MD program, not an MBBS. So we have the opportunity, if you are coming straight out of high school, instead of going into an MBBS program, we have a 1-year pre-medical program. It's an intensive pre-medical program, but it covers the 90 credits that are needed to apply to a U.S. medical school. And UHSA is based on the U.S. medical school program. So if you were to go to university I live in Florida right now, if you were to go to the University of Florida, you could take 90 credits worth of classes and apply to a medical school in the United States, and you would never get in. You could apply, but you won't get in because everybody has a bachelor's degree. So we require that you have the 90 credits with some of our required medical sciences. The pre-medical program covers all of that. Then you matriculate directly into the MD program if you pass with an overall 70%, which is not, well, I shouldn't say it's easy to get because it's all maths and sciences and chemistries and biologies. So they can be some difficult courses, but it's a good, we have pretty much every student we've run through the pre-med is matriculating into the MD program. The pre-med is online, so you can stay in your home country. We are set up so that we have a UK pathway, meaning you do not need to take USMLE steps 1, 2, and 3 to be able to practice. If you choose to go back to work in the UK or Europe, you will take the UK pathway. You can do the US pathway, which is 100% up to you. We wouldn't deny you, but I will tell you that Dana was not kidding. The students that are taking the UK pathway have an amazing discount. So if you choose the US pathway, that the US funding is what you will need to pay for it. Our campus is pretty much sunny, excuse me, sunny beach weather 365 days a year. So even winter there is not cold at all. Although the 2+ years that I lived there, I wouldn't go to the beach in January, but I'm old and my blood is thinner. So, but we have opportunities to, we have a patient unit that we are getting finalized, the patients to come. We have a new associate dean of basic sciences. She is amazing, and she is getting the students to work more closely, starting out even on each other just from week 1, so that you can learn the heart rates and what those different things mean, so that when the time comes for you to be working on patients or doing observations in the hospital, that you'll be able to have more hands-on knowledge of how they work and how those examinations work into a visit at your doctor's office. Let's see. We are the second oldest medical school in the Caribbean, and we have students from all over the world. So I like to look at it as a small multinational family where we all get to know one another and learn to love each other's differences. We also are what is considered a boutique medical school, meaning we do not have large classrooms of 100 students at a time. We have smaller classes, which is good for the students to be able to get to know one another and be able to talk one-on-one directly with their professors when they need that help. So, we also have rolling admissions. So we have an admissions committee meeting every week. And by doing that, you're able to quickly know if you've been admitted or not through the application process through Medlink. And we start 3 times a year. We start in September, January, and May for the pre-medical and the MD program. And we would love to see you guys there. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Tamara. I would say thank you for you and your team, everyone at UHSA. Every student who goes there usually calls me and says, thank you for telling me about this place, especially the beaches. They love it. So thanks to everyone, really. And thank you for joining us today. As Dr. Tamara said, many reasons why to go study at UHSA. You can see many in front of you on the screen. I want to remind everyone that the next intake for UHSA is September. We're still open and we're still taking students. So if you're interested at this option, let us know. Let's get on a call and guide you through how the process works. Now, let's head back to Europe for another student top choice. We're also proud to partner with Western Balkans University in Tirana, Albania. It's a growing hub for international medical education in the Balkans, offering programs taught in English with a strong focus on clinical skills and personalized student support. With a super modern campus and a big network of healthcare facilities, WBU offers internationally recognized degrees in pharmacy, dentistry, and of course, medicine. The living costs in Tirana are very budget friendly, at just about 500 euros a month. So if you're looking for a more price-conscious option, WBU might be the right choice for you. The next student intake is in October, so there's still some time left to apply. Get in touch and we'll help you put your application together and prepare you for the entrance exam. Sefer Vrana, the head of international admissions, is here to share more about what makes Western Balkans University an exciting choice for students looking to study medicine at this region. So, hello, Sefer.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Thank you.
Sefer, can you tell us more about the Western Balkans University and what are some unique aspects of your programs?
So, hi everyone. Thank you for being here, and also thank you, Medlink team, for the great job doing. Very professional. Love the way. Also, the student come in that way. Very professional and good quality students. Western Balkans University, fourth generation university, very focused on medicine, medical sciences, and many other programs. But today we are here to speak about medicine, pharmacy, and dentistry. Now, Western Balkans University, what is important to be mentioned is that we are established under the largest hospitals group in the region. So we have been in the market with our hospital since the last 20 years around right now. We have our own hospitals in Albania and Kosovo. Four campuses, the biggest campus is only in Tirana, in the capital of Albania, offering services in worldwide. I can say that different nationalities come and take services from our hospitals. And right now we are in the academic field with our university. The medicine curriculum is quite unique. I mention very often this because the medicine curriculum is designed and followed in cooperation with Cambridge University. So the curriculum is delivered in modules, like the first module, like the cardiovascular module, the and in this how the professor who teaches the module during the week, for example, is the same professor, the same doctor who follows the student in our hospitals. So what is important that all the professors, all the doctors who are in our university, they are professors coming from industry world. So all of them, they are either working in our hospitals or they have their own clinic, etc. What is very important for WBU, for all the programs, especially dentistry, pharmacy, and medicine, is the clinicals, the practices. The practices starts from the first year of the student studies. For example, the medicine after the fourth syllabus, which is the second semester of the first year. And the project that we are right now seeing in the screen is the EPIC project. And these are two of our students in the American hospital. The EPIC project is quite unique, which offers students paid internships. So all the students who has a GPA more than 85% in the university during the studies, they have the chance to get paid internships in our hospitals or clinics, wherever. But the other non-paid internship clinicals, they are for all the students starting from the first year of their studies. I can say the laboratories is the last generation of the laboratories, the simulation labs for all the programs where the students get in touch from the first semester itself. Now the student life is very diverse. We have around 17 student clubs which are active, and the participation is very high, which makes the satisfaction of the students high as well. It is important to mention that the life of a doctor or a dentist student is quite interesting. So the way the curriculum that they follow lots of CBLs there and make the student really to get into it, to forget where they are. In this photo, you can see our labs, simulation labs of the dentistry, and we also have opened the WBU Dental Clinic, which is in campus. Four of them, which students can practice on real patient under the supervision of the professors. Now, meanwhile, WBU is a country coordinator for Erasmus Plus program. So our students, we help the students go to different universities in exchange program, which are part of Erasmus Plus. It is important not only the university, which is globally recognized. Every program is delivered in ECTS, different recognitions worldwide, but also the life in Tirana. So Albania, I don't know, we are too close with the UK and with most of European countries here, around 2 hours. And there are many flights daily in from Tirana and in Europe. So it makes Tirana a very attractive country, not only for tourists but also for the students as well. So most of our students, also during the summer vacations, they choose some of them they choose to go back in their countries, but some of them they choose to work and travel in Tirana because in Albania, because Albania has a very interesting coastline with very beautiful different nature attractive natural things like different beach, which makes the students life interesting because it's very easy accessible. A student who get bored, for example, in the weekend, or get tired of the heavy studies, just travel 40 minutes and they reach the beach. Just travel 40 minutes and they reach the mountain. They just travel 20 minutes and they reach the nearest lake. So this is very student friendly, I can say. The medical library, we have a huge library, not for all the programs, especially in the medical sphere, online and offline books as well. There are many things to say for WBU. I think there are more slides that I can follow up with them. Also, I want to share the diversification that the WBU has about the nationalities. We have more than 25 different countries right now, starting from Canada, UK, Germany, Italy, African countries, Caribbean, which make the students' life more attractive and is very important for their network. Yeah, these are the students club that we have active right now that I mentioned before. Yeah, can we have another slide, please? Just want to check if I missed something or not. Yeah, that's the student club doing their activities. Okay, thank you. It was
Thank you,
an honor.
Zephyr. Such a detailed description about the university and all the facilities. I even want to go there now.
You're welcome. You're also welcome for just to spend 2 or 3 weeks in Albania. People come and they enjoy. But please, once if you want to come to Albania, don't come on diet, because Albania is not a place that you have to come on diet.
Well, thank you very much. We look
You're
forward to
welcome.
go and see the place. We are excited now. And I know we have one of your students waiting to share his insights as well.
Yeah.
Abdul.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Hope everyone is okay. My name is Abdul, and as you can see here, I'm a first-year dentistry student at Western Balkans University. It's nice to meet everybody here, and just as Super mentioned, everybody should visit WBU. It's a very amazing university, and I'm here to answer any questions that you may have regarding the university.
So, Abdul, as you mentioned, you're in your first year. What subjects are you currently studying, and how are you finding the transition into the
So
university
so
life?
far, as dentistry student, we don't have modules like medicine, but we have semester-based course where in first semester you study different subjects from the second semester, which includes stuff like biology and genetics, inorganic chemistry, dental morphology and anatomy, dental materials, human anatomy, and they all will have different and similar credits and different hours depending on how many credits there are. But yeah, most subjects in first year are just general knowledge, with some subjects such as dental morphology and anatomy and dental materials, which you will focus on throughout the next few years of dentistry.
Okay. And what was your first impression when you moved to Albania? Do you remember how it was settling in?
Firstly, I arrived there at September time, which from UK, it's always raining there. So I was confused how hot it was there, which was amazing. Because very nice weather. I was confused with how how nice the weather was there, considering it was in September time. Because I don't know if people are from UK, but we do not have the best weather over there. So first impression, enjoyed the nightlife there. I arrived there in the evening, and very beautiful place, especially Tirana there. You have a nice view of the mountains, which is very beautiful over there. Which first thing I fell in love with was the climate in Albania. First thing during the airport, in the airport, first thing I enjoyed was the climate.
Okay, so you found something that you were impressed by from the minute you stepped a foot from the
Exactly.
airport.
Exactly.
And
Second thing, was hungry, and just like Sefer said, you can't have a diet when you go there. They have amazing food over there.
yeah, what type of cuisines do you have around?
We have this famous dish called burek, which everyone eats over there, which is amazing, and everyone eats for breakfast, lunch, dinner, anytime. And the famous pastas and risotto and very, very famous dishes over there.
All right. Well, what's funny is I speak to a lot of students, and one of the questions people imagine students asking me about serious like recognition, but they actually do ask me about the food. They're like, "Is there good cuisines? Is there good restaurants?" So it is exciting and a good thing to mention.
Hmm.
Um, how did you manage with the language barrier, Abdul, and everyday tasks like shopping and getting around?
Firstly, the best thing about Tirana is first best thing about Albania, especially Tirana. However, I didn't find anything was that I didn't have any problems with language because everyone, most people, especially in shops, they will understand good English. They were everyone, most people, most if not all people, even kids nowadays here in Albania, they will know very good English. They're able to communicate with you. It's so I really did not have a problem with them. The only time I only had problems was if I wanted to speak the language, or if I was speaking to the elderly, or or just trying to communicate with people who had problems with the language. But first, best thing about it was that firstly, Western Balkans University, they provide you a course in first year when most students, Albanian students, they will take languages such as English, German. You get the option to do Albanian as an international student, which obviously I chose, and you would take a lesson every once a week, around 1 to 2 hours learning the language, which was very helpful and helped me a lot during shopping and just doing general tasks. But I can reassure you that even without them, it was manageable. It was very manageable. But now knowing the language made it a lot more easier.
Okay, well, looking back at your journey so far, Abdul, what advice would you give to students considering going to the Balkans University to study in Albania?
Honestly, the advice is to start sooner. That's it. To be honest, the only thing that I had problem with was doubt. I was thinking maybe I should reconsider not moving there. It's a new country. I don't have friends or family there. Might be a hard transition. But all it took was just starting, and the rest was history. Everything was great. Especially one thing that really boosted my confidence in applying there was the assistant that I would get from multiple staff, such as Sefer himself. He would help me and guide me a lot during my application process. And the best thing about it is during the application process, you would get to do interviews with multiple staffs and professors, which made me enjoy the university as a perspective, because I would see posts online. But the best thing about it was that the professors, they don't treat you just students, they treat you as future colleagues. So they want the best for you. They give you as much assistance as you want. And honestly, I have no regrets of moving there. The only thing I have regret was having some hesitation before moving there. Also, one thing that I would really want to thank the university for was that even as an even as an international applicant, I just applied for a scholarship, just thinking maybe there's a chance. Thankfully, I just did an interview, and there I talked about my journey and how I wanted to move to Tirana and everything. And thankfully, they gave me a 50% scholarship, which made my which boosted my confidence in moving there, because as well, I thought as an international student, I would be excluded out from specific stuff such as clubs, events, scholarships, works. But thankfully, as you can see from the pictures, there are a lot of activities in the university, and they give opportunities to everyone. One of these opportunities, including this meeting here, and and throughout the year there are multiple events which are very fun to join in, which everyone has the right to participate in. It doesn't matter if you're Albanian, you're international, it doesn't really matter. So the best thing about the university was the inclusion. Everybody's included in everywhere, and seriously, at the university, because they know that I'm an international and I live alone, regularly some academic advisors, they would just check up on me. They would sometimes call me or send me a message saying, "How are you? How's life? Do you need any help? Do you want to talk to somebody?" And really, that's really what made me have no regrets of moving there, because of the inclusion, because of the helpfulness of the staff, and as the education. And honestly, throughout my high school years, I did not have as much fun as I thought I would have in this university. This university, I actually felt like I was having a university life. Because in UK, in most schools, really you just study, go home, maybe meet out with friends, and that's basically it. But here, you actually have a life in university. You have fun. You get to meet many different people. Many different people have many different new friends around there, which I never thought I would get the opportunity to meet with. And looking back at this now, I'm just very thankful for moving into this university, and I would recommend it to anybody else.
Thank you very much for this insight, Abdul. It was lovely hearing this from you. You answered all the questions without me asking, so
Yeah, sorry
it was
about
a
that.
very detailed description, very detailed about your experience. So thank you very much for joining us.
Of course.
Just a reminder, next intake for WBU is in September, October this year. So if you're interested in this university, let's get on a call and guide you through the next steps. Now, we have one more university to show you. So today we'll be going over Poland too. We have with us Medical University of Łódź. It's one of the most popular options for our students. They have internationally recognized programs entirely in English for medicine, dentistry, and pre-med. The tuition fees are around 14,500 euros, depending on the program you choose. And of course, the living costs, you can expect to spend around 650 euros a month. There is an entrance exam, but if you have sat the UCAT exam, you may be exempted. Now, the next student intake is in September, so not much time left to apply. Give us a call as soon as possible if you'd like to study there. To learn more about Medical University of Łódź, I'll give the floor to Adriana, who represents the university today. Hi, Adriana.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Can you
great.
share with us more about the Medical University of Łódź and what makes it stand out?
Sure. First of all, thank you for inviting me for today's webinar. And hello, everyone. I will start my speech with a short presentation of the city of Łódź. So Łódź is the fourth largest city in Poland, It is located in the center of the country and is great communicated. It has its own airport and it's located 130 kilometers from the capital Warsaw, from where you can get anywhere in the world. Generally, the city of Łódź has 70,000 students, so the city is really student friendly. It has a lot of student friendly facilities, and the student life here is very vibrant. And the Medical University of Łódź was established in 1950, so it has a long tradition. And the English division was started in 2003, so we have over 20 years of teaching in English. And we already have more than 1,300 graduates who develop their careers all over the world, mostly in European countries and USA. Currently, we have about 600 students from 65 different countries, so the environment is really multicultural. The university is one of the largest public universities in Poland with 11,000 students overall. So we have 3 programs conducted in English: 6-year medicine, 5-year dentistry, and 8 months preparatory course pre-med. Our first 3 years of MD program and first 2 years of the MD program are preclinical, where students have some basic subjects such as anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, etc. And next years are clinical, where students have classes in hospitals with patients. And before our students meet real life patients, they can practice in advanced medical simulation center and in modern phantom rooms. Every summer, our students have a 1-month summer training in the hospital. The university has 3 clinical hospitals, but it also cooperates with many more hospitals around the city. What's worth mentioning is also that we have a discount for our best students. Students with high GPA can apply for a discount. We also have Director's Award for the best student, which can also be a nice addition to your also to your CV, and it also gives you some discount. And the university is still developing. So recently, new laboratories were open, and currently a brand new pediatric center is under construction with a plan to be open for patients and students in 2026. So if you have any questions about the Medical University of Łódź, you can contact our partner Medlink. They will answer all your doubts and questions.
Well, thank you. What a detailed presentation. Thank you, Adriana. I'm sure a lot of students want to go too now, based on what you said. I think Marwan, who's one of your students, can share a bit more about what it's really like there. Marwan, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can. And can you?
Yes. Hi, Marwan. Can you tell us more about student life in Medical University of Łódź?
Yes, of course. And in fact, I actually have a small presentation I put together, which I would like to share with you guys, if that would be fine. Yes, okay. So I will share my screen. Okay, are you all able to view my screen? Yes?
Yep, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. So hello everyone. Again, my name is Marwan Zaini, and I decided to call this presentation Beyond the Books because choosing a med school, it's more about just picking a good university. It also really comes to the whole city. It comes down to student life. It comes down to where you'll be, how close you'll be to home, and basically so many aspects and factors that come into consideration when trying to pick your dream university. So who am I? I'm a fifth year medical student and I represent our university. And I was a former student council member, which is a student-run organization, which basically represents the student interests. We organize events, and we try to foster some kind of communication between staff and students. This was our previous team, which is a group of highly motivated medical and dental students who are committed to making the university life unforgettable. What we do, as I mentioned, is that we represent and advocate for the interests of the student body. We try to organize social events, connect students, and provide lots of opportunities for the students. I'm just going to go over some of the events and activities we have at our university. Starting with some simple ones, such as events over Valentine's and trivia nights, which we host throughout the year. We organize several parties and the Siblings Day, for example. We have lots of traditions, which include our annual white coat ceremony, which is a ceremony that happens during the fourth year of our medical studies, which is a milestone we celebrate after completing the preclinical years of our university. Another annual event we have is the cultural soiree. The cultural soiree is more of an international day event, which we host in the first semester of every year, where every single nationality in our university come together to share culture, to share our diverse backgrounds, and most importantly, food and music. Another event we host for the seniors of our university is the Med Gala, which is our grad ball to celebrate the end of medical school. And some more academic events, such as Open Doors, which is an event targeted to display and showcase all of our student scientific clubs, as well as I'm going to be a scientist. We celebrate numerous festive celebrations, such as Diwali, Easter, St. Patrick's. We host annual Christmas and Ramadan gatherings as well. Now, coming to sports and athletics at our university has a wide variety of sport clubs. We actually have about 45 different student clubs which you can take part in, ranging from common sports like basketball, football, volleyball, to some more really unique ones like horse riding, mountain climbing, canoeing, and a bunch more. We host annual events like our annual football tournament, charity runs, badminton tournaments. And now coming to a more academic point of view, of course, apart from all the fun, it's important to focus on the workshops and conferences every university holds every year. And I'm confident when I say our university provides lots of great opportunities for workshops to practice both soft and hard skills. We really try to encourage our students to join local and international conferences for both our medical and dental students, as these are great opportunities for a student to develop himself and really go for writing research. This is one of our local conferences. It's called Juvenis Pro Medicina. We have lots of student scientific clubs, such as ophthalmology, orthopedics, dermatology, emergency medicine, and so many more, which you can find on this website below. As you can see, this is a map of Łódź. Why am I showing you the map? Because I want to show you how important it is that the country you choose or the city you choose makes you feel safe. Łódź is a very safe city, as well as Poland overall. Our universities are scattered throughout the city, so we have more than one campus. However, transportation is very easy between one another. So I feel like the most important factors you should consider, of course, are safety, affordability, location, convenience of moving around, and so many more. This is just one of our concepts where we help students and guide them find the perfect path to some specialties after university. Of course, we have some WhatsApp groups where students can share or sell, exchange items. This is our social media on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And I'd like to share some tips which I find very convenient when it comes to balancing med school and life. Of course, apart from academic focus, you always have to find balance and routine in everything you do. You have to be consistent. You have to learn when to say yes and when to say no in hangouts. You always have to prioritize your well-being. So when it comes to sleep and recovery, you always want to stay active, but you want to rest as equally. You want to reflect upon yourself throughout your medical studies. And most importantly, in my opinion, is social life. It's as important to schedule it for your social life as it is for university classes. You have to prioritize your quality over quantity and try your best to combine both the social and productive sides of your studies. Thank you. This is more or less what I have to say about the university. And I'm happy to answer any more questions you may have.
Thank you, Marwan. And we will definitely be asking you a lot of questions in the Q&A. I can already see a lot of students asking. Thank you very much. And I know you're staying with us till the end, right?
Yes, hopefully.
So we will go over some questions. Just a reminder, after all this detailed description about the university and presentation, next intake for Medical University of Łódź would be October 2025. So if you're interested, get in touch with us and we will guide you through the next steps. Now, I know the first step is always the most difficult one to make, but it's not as hard as you think. When you decide to make the first step with Medlink students, your journey will begin with a one-on-one call with our expert academic advisors. We listen to your story first, then we'll guide you through it all. We'll talk about what subjects you've taken and what you're hoping to study and what kind of experience you're looking for. Based on that, we'll narrow down the best universities for you, not just based on entry criteria, but also lifestyle, budget, and long-term career goals. So if you're unsure about where to start or how to choose, our advisors are here to make it simple. Whether you're aiming for medicine, dentistry, or considering a transfer, we'll help you explore every possibility and find the one that's right for you. Once you've chosen your university, the next step can feel like a maze if you do it alone. Paperwork, translations, notarizations, deadlines. Think of Medlink students as your admissions team behind the scenes. We manage the documents, handle any translations or legal steps, and make sure nothing slips through the cracks. If there's an entrance exam or interview, we'll prepare you for it with the right materials, mock exams, and expert feedback. Now, our goal is to make the process smooth and stress-free. So if you are interested in applying, we will handle everything from A to Z, and you can focus on preparing for this next chapter. After getting your acceptance letter, it will be time for the big move, going to a new country. It is exciting, but it's a big step. It can feel like a lot. We know what it feels like, and that's why from the moment you arrive, we're there to meet you, literally. We help you get set up with accommodation, whether it's a student hostel or a private flat. We'll guide you through setting up a local bank account, getting a SIM card, sorting out your health insurance, and navigating your new city. Our on-ground teams are in every location where we have partner universities. So they are current and former students who've gone through the same experience, and now what you'll need, they know what you need like nobody else does. They are there to support you, and now we are getting more and more students going every year, and the teams are becoming bigger and bigger. We're like a family and a community there. So it's not just about getting you there. It's about making sure you don't feel lonely in a new country, but you see us as a second family for you. Now, once you settle in and your courses begin, university life will present new challenges, academic pressure, navigating a new culture, staying on top of exams. So we stay connected for whatever you need. Maybe it's academic advice or help preparing for assessments or someone to guide you through a difficult moment. All you'll have to do is give us a call or send us a text message and we'll be right there for you. We do run ongoing support initiatives, including exclusive clinical skills sessions, exam preparation workshops, and networking opportunities with students and doctors across Europe. So no matter what comes your way, you're not alone in it. All of these ways in which we support are part of our Student Success Program, or the SSP, which we've initiated and we're very proud of. This isn't just about helping you apply to university, it's about supporting you all the way through your journey, from the first phone call to graduation to the moment you step into your first job as a doctor or a dentist. Here's what SSP includes: one-to-one guidance to help you choose the right university, full support with your application, entrance exam preparation, and interview coaching. It helps with your arrival, accommodation, banking, SIM cards, settling in addition to on-ground academic and emotional support during your studies, and post-graduation support, including help registering with the medical councils and planning your next steps. You'll also become part of our student community with access to resources, events, and a support system that makes a massive difference when you're studying abroad. So far, over 15,000 students have gone through the SSP program with us. And with a 99% success rate, it's one of the most trusted pathways to a career in medicine or dentistry. If you're serious about making this happen, Medlink Students gives you the structure, the support, and the community to get there. So that's how we support you from day one to the day you graduate. Now, I know you've got questions, so it's time for the Q&A. This is your chance to ask us anything in the chat, whether it's about admissions, entrance exams, student life abroad, or your career path. No question is too big or too small. So if you prefer a private chat after the webinar, just scan the QR code on the screen. That will take you directly to a free personalized consultation with one of our expert advisors who can discuss your goals and next steps. Now, let's open the floor for your questions. The first one is for Sefa. Are you still with us, Sefa?
Yeah, right here.
Sefa, can you describe for us the diversity of the student body? Like, how do international students integrate in the campus life?
So the best description came from our student Abdul, that shows that was the biggest impression for WBU and for Albania. So because we have this variety of nationalities in our campus, um, the networking between them is very important for their future and also for the for the student life there. And we have our student clubs, 17 student clubs that help students and support students to have a very, interacting life during their studies. Not to let them get bored or get tired only with the lessons, but also to enjoy the student life in WBU. Different trips that are arranged, and this is very, the Albania as a geography, it helps us a lot in this point because it's a small country and many attractions are around and it's very easy accessible, which you can arrange trips within one day, going and coming back.
Actually, speaking about the extracurricular activities you do, it is very important for students to have some fun activities just to release the stress of studies and
Yep.
being away from family. So I had a student asking in the Q&A about more elaboration about this. I think if I ask you, what extracurricular activities can students engage in both on campus and outside the school?
So the most spreaded ones are the trips, the extracurricular, the trips that we do in different cities, short trips or long trips, couple of days trips in groups. Also, for guys, we do have the football clubs that they play. They have their weekly schedule about this. Hiking. Hiking is very common because, as I mentioned before, Tirana, which is the capital and where we are located, we have the mountain deity, which is people go in hiking and there are many places. So the idea is very organized. Students are very connected to these clubs and to the organizers, which they do arrange these kind of activities whenever the student they gather and they want one like this activity.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Next up is a question. I think the best person to answer is Adriana. Adriana, are you still with us?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Can you practice in the UK with a Polish degree? Like, what are the next steps?
Yes, you can practice in UK. We organize webinars with our graduates who already are practicing in different countries, including UK. So our students can have most updated, most recent information. Generally, it is not so difficult to get to UK, but at this moment, I won't give you the exact pathway. But of course, I encourage you to contact us or via Medlink, and we can contact our graduates for this information.
Okay. And we have a student asking about rotations. They're asking if they can do rotations outside of Poland and if you help them as a university to find them.
So I think maybe Marwan could answer this question as a student. He knows more about the clinical rotations.
Yes, I can handle this question. So in our university, I would say we have lots of opportunities to complete some rotations abroad, even in our university. For starters, we have the summer training program, which students can do every single summer, which is basically 1 month of clinical work in a different department every single year. So, for example, first year summer would be during the nursing ward, second year would be an emergency ward, emergency medicine, and so on. And apart from that, in our final year, so during our 6th year of studies, students have the chance to complete their elective program in Poland or abroad, which is a 6-week medical placement program.
Okay, well, thank you for answering this, Marwan. And as I have you here, I want to ask you, what was it like meeting your first patient?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. I came across my first patient. Of course, during summer, it was different. So my first patient met was during my summer training in the first year. So it was during that extra clinical rotation that we had to do. It felt interesting knowing that the patient had trusted me, knowing that whatever I would have said or given advice to, the patient would take into consideration, seeking for help, seeking for improvement, and just in general, like medical knowledge from me. It was a very interesting feeling, definitely a once in a lifetime, because you only get to meet your first patient once. But I would say it's a very like motivating feeling. It's highly rewarding, knowing that there are people out there who look up to you, us medical students, and do all they can to listen to what we say and apply what advice we give to them.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Being a doctor is a very rewarding career, especially when you see how patients appreciate what you're doing. Do you speak English or Polish with your patients?
Okay, so definitely our studies are completed in English, but living in a country where English is not the native language, it always helps to put some extra effort and learn the language of the country. So we do have a few patients who speak English, but personally, I've worked on my Polish, and I'm able to communicate with patients in Polish at this time with my studies.
Well, last question. We are getting a lot of questions here.
Of course.
Last question is about the rent. We have a lot of students asking about living expenses, like how much is rent in Poland and the food, and how much do you spend as a student, roughly?
Okay, definitely. So our currency is Polish zloty, which is, I would say, like €1 is 4 zloty, just for the conversion. And an average student would spend around 2,000 zloty to 2.5K for a single room. That's how much you would pay per month, which is around 500 euros, I would say, more or less. And when it comes to living expenses, I would also allocate around 100 euros a week. Of course, you can spend more, you can spend less, but as an average consumer who goes out like once a week, let's say, cooks at home, I would say it would cost around that much. And of course, you have private dormitories and university ones. So, of course, some are more affordable than others. It depends on the location as well. And it really depends on whether you live alone or share a flat with a roommate or a room. But I would say it's a very affordable city to live in.
Well, thank you very much, Marwan. It was great having you with us today. It was a lot of insight we got from you.
Definitely.
Now, we still have with us also Alona, which would be perfect to answer the questions we have about Georgia. We're getting a lot of questions about Georgia too. Can you hear me, Alona?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get started. Lots of questions for you.
Go ahead.
Let's start with you giving us a peek into your everyday routine. What does a typical day at TMA look like for you, from morning to evening?
So it depends on your schedule. It also depends on your semester. For me, as I already said, I'm second year. It's usually, I got really lucky with the schedule this semester. You can actually sleep in. I wake up around 9. I have enough time to get ready and have my morning routine, walk my dogs. And after that, I have enough time to get to university and my lectures start around 1 or 2 p.m. So it's a pretty long morning where you can enjoy and relax, do things for yourself, or study if you have a quiz or exam coming up. And then I have lectures up to 6 p.m., where then I just go home or stay with my friends, chat, discuss the lecture, and then go home, study some, dinner time, walk my dogs again, and after that, sleep time.
Well, it's nice you took your dogs. Did you take your dogs with you?
Yeah, I did.
A lot of students ask me about taking their pets. Can you walk us through the process of that? Was it difficult?
So I flew my pets to Netherlands because my mom lives there, and I made them a European passport, which helped a lot. So you just do everything your veterinary says to do. You get them an actual passport that looks like your passport, which has all the information, and you double check with the country you bring it. Of course, if you have a European passport for your dog and you're going to another European country to study, like Bulgaria or Lithuania, for example, then you don't have any problems because they have the same rules. But if you're going to Georgia or to Albania, they might have slightly different rules where you would need to do an extra shot or an extra paperwork. So double check with the country. And after that, you just, if you have a really small dog, you can just bring them to the plane with you. If you have bigger ones, you would need to have a kennel and have that paperwork attached to them, the copy and originals with you. And whenever you come to the countries, they're going to check as soon as you get your dogs if all the paperwork is accurate and everything. And I have a friend who flew from UK with her cat. She went exactly the same process. She just had the paperwork, she brought her cat, and it was easy. They didn't even check her paperwork, honestly. They were pretty chill about it.
I hope they're enjoying Georgia as much as you are. They go out twice a day, huh?
Oh, yes, they do. As I actually enjoy staying in the AC right now because it's super hot here.
Lovely. And since you go out a lot with your friends and with walking your dogs, can you tell us a little bit more about the international student community at your university and in the city? Like, have you found it easy to make friends and settle in?
Yes, it's really easy. You meet a lot of people in your university, no matter if it's a small uni or big one. Everyone is mostly international students, so everyone is craving that friendship. Everyone is trying to find friends to survive the 6 years of medical school, to be in a different country. Everyone wants to celebrate parties, birthdays, go out. No one wants to stay home. So everyone is looking for that companionship. So everyone who is new, they will be really open to make new friends. And that was really easy to make. Also, when I go shopping or do something, you would hear English everywhere or whatever other languages you speak. It's pretty international because I hear Italian here all the time, or Ukrainian or Russian. So sometimes they'll be lost and approach you, starting speaking to you in English or something. And you can just reply into your language. That's how you also make friends really easy. There's a lot of international people here. I was surprised.
Yeah, it is quite diverse. Georgia is known to be one of the diverse places. All right. Thank you very much, Alona, and thank you very much for all the students and the representatives that have helped us. Due to the time limitations we have, we won't be able to go over all the questions in the Q&A, but you can always leave us a question using the QR code on the screen, and we'll respond to you after. Before we finish, I want to highlight something that's quietly made a big difference for hundreds of students. We've brought back our exclusive webinar 2-for-1 offer, and it's only available for a limited time. Here's how it works. When you begin your journey with Medlink students, you'll have the opportunity to apply to a second university at no extra cost. That means more options, more flexibility, and double the chance to secure a place without any extra paperwork or stress. We'll handle all the documentation, guide you through the entrance exams, and support both applications with the same expert care. This offer is limited to the first 30 students or until next Thursday, whichever comes first. To claim it, simply scan the QR code on your screen or visit medlinkstudents.com/2-for-1. If you've been waiting for the right moment, this might just be it. And that brings us to the end of tonight's webinar. If you have any questions or just want to talk it through, our team is just a message or a call away. And remember, it's not too late for the fall semester. We can still apply, but you need to start as soon as possible. So let's get on a call. You can use the QR code to scan and book a call with an expert advisor. It's a free call. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.